All right, everyone, welcome. Here we are. We are with our main top sponsor, Rick Busekrus, R&B Sales. We're going to get right into that. Rick, welcome. We're so happy to have you, first of all.
Thank you very much. This is an awesome event. It's probably the best one we've had so far this last 6 years.
So this event it's absolutely fantastic. Any racquetball player on the planet needs to get here. It really reminds us of a mini U.S. Open. But you were part of the birth of this event. Can you tell us about that and tell us where it started, what the idea was, and how you got involved?
All right, yeah. About 6 years ago, I wanted to improve my game, and so I called actually the USA Racquetball down in the Springs, and they said, if you want to improve your game and need a coach, you need Jim Heiser. I said, okay. And so they got me in touch with Jim Heiser. We hooked up. He gave me lessons for a while. And then I started realizing as I was getting better at racquetball that there weren't very many tournaments here in Colorado, or in the Springs especially. So I asked Jim what we could do to make more events happen here in Colorado. And he said, well, it takes money. And I said, well, okay, so what else does it take? And he says, well, it takes money. And so he and I got to talk, and I said, let me talk to some of my business partners. Let me see what my company can do, and how much money is it going to take. Well, the long and short of it was we started, I think it was in 2019, was the first world, it was called the World actually Doubles only at that time, and it was at the Denver Athletic Club. And I think we were only able to get, because of the court size, about 135 or somewhere around there players. And of course, prize money wasn't that much, but within a year and a half, we saved up enough. We got it. I think we just broke even at that one. And so Jim and I got to talk, now, how do we make this bigger? And I said, well, actually, it was his idea. Let's expand this out 2 years. And then I found more people to help from my business, actually, to business customers of mine to donate money to this event. And R&B Sales got involved. And so we raised, I think he said the second year, about $45,000, not counting entry fees. It was just that what came from my business partners. And then so we had 2 years ago, it became the World Doubles and Singles. And I think we got close to 300. I don't remember the exact number.
We do. We're at about 340, I believe, 340 participants.
Well, I meant 2 years ago. I think we only got up to about 300. And then it was a great event. We made money. Our gym made money. The event made money. Had great players coming from all over the world. And then with the U.S. Open not being scheduled this year, they canceled it. Jim and I got to talking, and Jim got really involved and got a lot more people. You got on board with the board, and he got more people to donate money, KWM, and now we're at this incredible event. It's a lot like U.S. Open, like you said, just a little miniature version. And the people here are great. The food has been really good. I've heard nothing but good things about that. And you're here, and I get to meet you, and I get to be with Leo and just a bunch of other people.
Rick, you said it takes money, and everybody out there knows how important that is. But the truth is, it takes that passion. We share that passion and love for racquetball. So tell us a little bit about your involvement with racquetball, how long you've been playing. You said that you wanted to get better, and you reached out to Jim Heiser. But talk about your passion for racquetball, because that's really how this happens.
Absolutely. Yeah, so my passion for it is back in 2014, I went to the YMCA, and I wanted to get back in shape, just lifting and stuff like that. And I heard, racquetball sounds downstairs. So I went down there to see the guys playing there and said, hey, can I join you? And they welcomed me with open arms. That was down in Colorado Springs. And I started playing a little more, and then about 2016, I decided to enter my first tournament. And it was just like the passion and the speed of the ball and the drive and just the camaraderie and whatnot was just so enticing. And so I entered my first tournament. I actually took second place. Back then it was singles B, and then I also took I think it was Centurion, took second in doubles.
It's better than I did, my guess.
Yeah, well, anyway, the long and short of it is the more and more I played, the more and more I just enjoyed the speed of the game, the people that come from all over the world. You got Bolivia, you got Mexico, Colombia, people here in the United States, all over the country. And you can just see the passion people have. And when you're on the courts, even if you lose a game, it's still brotherly or sisterly or whatever it is. It's just there's just this love for this sport and just great exercise. And so that's kind of like where my passion came from. I was a basketball player for 30 years. But this way, you can play with just two people, and have a really good game if you got a really nice court.
So, I love hearing that. And like you said, you can see the passion, you can feel it, and it's addicting. You want more. Yeah. You want to go bigger. You want to go better. Yeah. Any plans, any thoughts about, because you said it earlier, you said, how do we go bigger? Right. Have you thought about that with?
Oh, yeah, I got a lot, and I've been telling this to Jim, and I've been saying to other people, I'm sure there's got to be at least 50 business owners here at this tournament. And if 50 of these people could just give, if they own their own businesses, and they could contribute just $10,000 each, this tournament would explode. And I don't know if we could hold it here because there's just maybe not enough courts. But that's all it takes. It's $5,000. If you own your own business, you're doing $1 million or more, don't tell me you can't write a check for $5,000 or $10,000. I mean, I can write that check any day of the week and put it in my bank, but why not donate it to something, a great event like this, grow racquetball here in Colorado and across the whole world, and that's all it takes. It's not that much. Skip a paycheck. Business owners, skip a paycheck.
So it's important for us, and especially when we're trying to give back to the owners, you talk about how much money you all give. And one of the issues I've seen is that we question the ROI on that, your investment, and it's great. I love the R&B, and I love it's like racquetball. Right. But tell us about R&B sales, what you do, how we as a community can help or contribute, because a lot of times it's relationships, bridging gaps. What is R&B sales?
Okay, R&B sales, as I said, starts. R is for me, Rick. The B is for my wife, Betty, and what we do is custom foam fabrication. So anybody who manufactures laptops, computers, automotive parts. You could create some sort of widget. You need to ship it somewhere all across the country or just locally. We create the protective packaging that goes inside of a box. We can provide the box as well, but we really focus on foam fabrication. And because there are a lot of box manufacturers around, but we still provide boxes at times. But our hope is to provide packaging. So if you own a business and you're selling cell phones, or you're selling water bottles, or you're selling laptops or automotive parts, and you part of that business decision, you have a purchasing department.
Sure.
And they're buying packaging.
Sure.
Well, we provide it right here in Colorado Springs. We have a foam fabrication plant with multiple different machinery and equipment, and we can ship it anywhere across the world. But our main focus is really in Colorado because we have our own trucks and stuff, and we have about a 200-mile radius that we deliver our products to.
Great. So where can we go R&B sale? What's the website if we want to show it to anyone?
Thank you. The website is, of course, www.rbsalesinc.net, N-E-T. So it's rbsalesinc.net.
And we'll put that right up here on the interview so everybody can read it and see it.
I should say something that if you look at the last two tournaments, our web address was www.rbsalesinc.com, but we just recently upgraded our website, which you might want to go to, and now it's .net.
That's great info, and we'll make sure that we share that. So before I let you go, I know you're a busy guy, you love watching the sport. I want to know, and I want you to tell everybody two things. Number one, what do you love most about the event? And then maybe a personal invite from you to everybody watching that hasn't been here yet.
Well, the thing I really love is sitting down with Sudsy, sitting across from Leo, having Rocky Carson walk by and tap me on the shoulder and say, "Hey, Rick, how's it going?" And sitting down and having a real live conversation with the pros. Fran Davis, spending time with her, and then just my buddies, and being able to come out and stay at a hotel, come to these events, go out to dinner at night together, partying, and just hanging out. That to me is very, very special. And just meeting everybody you play. You meet them, you get to know them, you see them around, say high fives, and just enjoying the camaraderie.
And how about, what would you say to everybody that has not been here yet to motivate them to get to this event the next time we have it?
Well, I'll say this much: you better sign up early. And this year, I couldn't tell you. There must have been 10 or 15 people who have come to me and said, "I thought we had more time," because everyone always signs up, the week before the event. You can't be doing that. We had 300. We actually stopped the invites at 300 because we didn't have the YMCA downtown. And when the YMCA opened up, we were able to open up 50 more participants, but there was already a waiting list, so that filled up quickly, and then it went down to, I think, 14 people, and that was gone just like that. So don't sit around on your butts. Sign up early, because if you sign up early, people see that the interest in it, and then everyone will sign up, and you don't want to be the one that they say, no, you can't come this time.
You definitely don't want to be the one. And Rick, on behalf of all of racquetball worldwide, because we have worldwide participants, myself, Leo, like you said, Jim Heiser, everyone and anyone, we can't thank you enough for all you do. So we really, really appreciate it. And anything we can ever do to help promote R&B sales, to keep that fire alive in you, it's all for racquetball. We know that. And again, it's all because of people like you. So thank you, Rick. And let's do this again.
Yeah, we will. Thank you all.